We have managed, however, to unearth old newsreel film of the 1947 series at Perth's Gloucester Park and the first carnival staged at the Melbourne Showgrounds in 1950. The origins of the Inter-Dominion trace to a meeting of delegates from New Zealand and every Australian state in Sydney on the 18th of June 1935. At that meeting, it was decided a series of championships would be conducted annually between New Zealand and Australian horses at a venue to be chosen. In recognition of the efforts of leading West Australian official J.P. Stratton in convening that historic meeting, Perth was granted the first Inter-Dominion Carnival in 1936. Further series were held in Adelaide in 1937, Christchurch, New Zealand in 1938, and the following year in Launceston, Tasmania, with Perth again hosting the carnival in 1940. The escalation of the Second World War, however, resulted in the carnivals being discontinued until 1947, when Perth officials provided a total of £13,500 for the 6th series.
By rail and sea, contestants for the first Inter-Dominion Trotting Championship since 1940 arrive at Fremantle. The record stakes of over £17,000 drew entrants from New Zealand, New South Wales, Tasmania, Victoria and South Australia. The cream of the Dominion's pacing stock is represented with an eye to grand final for the world's record trotting stake of £8,000. Westphalian Newsreel brings you now exclusive pictures of the champions in their early morning workout. In their training, we see Derry Down, Victoria. Diamond Globe, Tasmania. Toronto Boy, Tasmania, and Blue Dawn, New South Wales. West Australia's Lillis Waller. And Miraculous of Victoria. The well-performed Victorian Hope Miraculous won 2 divisions of the championships and finished 5th in the final. The South Australian mare, Tara Derby, tied for 2nd place in the grand final and established a 2-mile and a 1.5-mile unpaced record. She's a great pacer. One of the best performed West Australian horses in many seasons is Stormy Weather, winner of 3 heats over 1.25 miles, 1.5 miles and 2 miles, and shares equal second honours with Tara Derby. Ratings and times gave the brilliant Tasmanian BANDBOX the title and Gold Cup of Grand Champion, and not forgetting a stake cheque of over £5,000.
The big event caused great interest in Perth. Visiting owners, trainers and drivers were given the freedom of the city. Numerous receptions were held, laying the foundation for the wonderful hospitality and entertainment for which these carnivals are noted. That year's final at Gloucester Park carried prize money of £8,000, a record for a trotting race in Australia or New Zealand. Tasmanian mare BANDBOX overcame a 12-yard handicap to beat Dixie Stretter and Paraderby before a crowd in excess of 35,000. The name of BANDBOX was in the news 3 decades later as the grandam of champion WA pacer Pure Steel. A record crowd of over 36,000 people attended the Showgrounds for Melbourne's first carnival in 1950. Dual Auckland Cup winner Captain Sandy ploughed through the mud from the backmark of 24 yards to beat Globe Direct and Sprayman in an all-New Zealand finish to the £10,000 final. 3 years later, Captain Sandy, at the ripe old age of 10 and one of the outsiders of the field at 33-1, became the first dual Inter-Dominion champion when he came from 24 yards to beat Rabans and Kellett at Gloucester Park.